Mark Hamill. So Mark Hamill from Star Wars came up to present an award.
And his trousers
started to slowly fall down. They just started to slip down. And of course, I think what happened on TV was they crashed the camera in tight, so it was just on his face.
Yeah.
So you didn't really see. But we're there in the auditorium, and you're about to see Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, for real. And you're both kind of, it's weird because, if you're of a certain age, he's the ultimate hero.
Of course, yeah.
And you just thought, this is the worst thing you could imagine. That fear of sort of the anxiety dream of being naked on stage in front of people. It was happening to poor Mark Hamill, and his trousers slowly. And then he was sort of grabbing them and trying to pull them up while still presenting the award.
I know.
And I thought this is... And I thought it was brutal that they didn't let him do it again.
Yeah.
Surely just
yeah.
take 5 minutes after to retake that.
I think you just go, look, we all know what happened.
Yeah.
His trousers were falling down.
Yeah.
But it's Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
And the Joker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get him back in, and we're just going to do that again.
Yeah.
And do us a favour, don't tell anybody.
Exactly. That's what it should have been. And I really thought that's what was going to happen. And when they just well, that's the end of the show, and they wrapped up, I thought, well, my poor Mark.
I know. I had a thing when I was a teacher, and I'd bought this.
Your trousers came down. That's what you keep telling everyone.
Yeah.
My trousers just fell down.
My trousers repeatedly, like every lesson. It was all right, like when I was walking to the lesson.
Yeah.
But every time I went in, just suddenly my belt unbuckled and my trousers around my ankles. I don't know what it was. No, I was sat on the desk as the kids were about to come in, and
you were one of the cool teachers.
Barefoot.
Sure.
And as the kids came in, I stood up.
And as they came in, you just were like, yo.
You can call me Rom. Mr. Ranganathan is my dad's name.
Yeah, exactly.
As I stood up, the desk caught the crotch of the stitch of the crotch of my trousers, and the whole underseam just completely came undone. And so it was just all the trouser legs were flapping all over the place.
Yes.
So I just I said to them, immediately I was like, okay, this is a problem, but I need to get on with the lesson. So I just gave them a 10-minute amnesty to sort of say whatever they want, to make whatever jokes they wanted to make, and talk about having they wanted to, and then we'd get on with the lesson. Obviously, it didn't work. They carried on talking about it the whole time. But did you sort of bedded yourself in with the class enough? They knew me, yeah.
Right, because it strikes me that if this had been like day one, you'd never recover from that,
day one, I'm not just saying this. This is genuine. I'm not saying this for comic effect. I would leave the school.
Yes.
You have to.
Oh, 100%.
You can't assert any authority. It's over.
I remember there was this is I forget what age we were, probably sort of early teens, and we had a teacher, and he came in, and we discovered he loved his cat. I think he was a bachelor, and he loved his cat, and somehow he'd let slip that his cat had been run over.
Right.
And so one of the meaner kids, before he came into the class, drew a picture on the chalkboard of a cat being run over, and he came in. And
that's difficult to recreate in chalk, to be fair.
Well, he came in, exactly, and it was good. And he came in, he saw it, he burst into tears, he ran out, he was done for. And every time he'd come in and there was no authority, and of course, as soon as he'd turn his back, and everyone would go, meow. Because it was like kids just knew. No one got together and had a committee meeting and said, we're all going to do meow. It's just like you knew that that's what you had to do now.
Yeah.
And he found out who it was, and the cruel thing was, it was an art class, and it was a good picture. And he had to give him a detention and an A+. It was so cruel.